Hi guys, good morning. I'm trying to look at the camera because I look a little weird in this lighting. I don't know what's going on or if my camera's dirty, but nonetheless, here we go. If you're watching this video, my name is Ariante. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm begging you guys every day, and my subscribers are going up like one at a time, but it is what it is. So today's video I wanted to make is called self-abandonment or anxiety. And I wanted to make this video because I heard the best quote, and I've been in the weirdest, anxious place of my life over these last couple days. I've been going so crazy that I had to do a water fast. And I do water fast when it's serious, when I am so perplexed and confused in myself that I need some clear direction. And so I got to the brink of my fast. I broke my fast last night, and I tell you this only to say, woo, God's been working on me and my anxiety and my ability to find clarity in myself and make big decisions. And so the reason I wanted to call this video self-abandonment is because anxiety is literally self-abandonment. So I had heard this quote, follow me here people, it goes deep, but I heard this quote and it said, the nature of love is self-abandonment. And so in that way, anxiety is love, right? Like everything we experience in life is love, but how is anxiety love, right? So the nature of love itself is self-abandonment. So if I'm going to love you, I'm going to give of myself to you. Tune into my Love Is video if you want to know more about my perception of love and what love is. So the nature of love is self-abandonment. If I love you, I'm going to pour into you. I'm going to pour into you. I'm going to pour my affections, my energy, my positiveness. I'm going to pour everything into you. If for some reason that is not reciprocated, I am pouring into an empty vessel that cannot pour back into me. And so I would become depleted. And over time of doing that, I would either get depressed or anxious, depending on if I am trying to pour into you to love you or pour into you to heal you. And we should never focus on being anybody's healer, right? Because that's not our place. God will send us the people in life that we are healing, and they will just naturally be healed by our aura. We never have to give of ourselves to heal them. Our presence, just being with them, spending time with them, is going to be healing to them. So back to my self-abandonment thing. So self-abandonment creates anxiety within us because let's think about anxiety. Anxiety is the focus on a future decision, a future way of putting our energy into the world. We're either thinking of something that we are about to do that we're scared to do, something that we need to decide on that maybe we're battling what we should do and what direction we should go in that decision. So we're looking towards the future, and that's where anxiety comes in, right? And so the idea that love is self-abandonment says that in order for me to be scared of this future, I have to be loving somebody or something too much that I am not loving myself enough, right? So I might have to do something in the future, like be in a very vulnerable state, public speaking, something like that, that's put me in a place that I am going to be outside of myself giving to other people. And I'm nervous about what other people are going to think and stuff. And I love other people so much, or what I'm planning to give in that moment, that I'm considering how I'm going to look, how I'm going to appear, how I'm going to be perceived, how I'm going to be taken. And so that's giving me anxiety. I am loving everything that I'm going to give in that moment, that I am abandoning myself and my self-worth and my feelings of love that I need to give myself. In the same way, if I need to make a big decision, if I need to make a big decision in life, I am making a decision based off of all my stimuli. And for a lot of us, when we have a big decision, we like to consider the people around us that matter to us, right? So I'm talking to the people that I know give me good advice. I'm talking to the people I know me. I'm talking to everyone around me regarding this decision, that sometimes I get so outside of myself that I neglect myself, loving other people, that I don't take the time. I engage in self-abandonment to love other people and hear them give me back love, that I deny my own need to abandon myself to love myself greater, right? So I hope this makes sense, because someone told me my videos are too deep, but this is perplexing, guys. I'm trying to tap into your brain. I'm tapping into your brain. I'm so excited about what God is telling me, like what I'm learning at this moment. And so to self-abandon ourselves gives us anxiety, and that's exactly how we do it. So anxiety is a stem of love. Everything is a stem of love in this world. It's just a matter of how we're loving, how we're engaging in love, and how we're giving to love. If I'm giving of love, I'm giving of all myself, and I need to be able to give all of myself to myself as well. And when I don't create that space to give to myself, that's where I break, that's where I fold, that's where I get anxiety, because now I'm giving from an empty well. And so in those times when you have those big decisions, or you have those big anxious things that you need to engage in, or those moments where you're going to shine and you're super nervous about everything that you're going to be perceived as in that moment, I have to tune into myself. I have to go into my own darkness. I have to separate, because I need to get so stuck and grounded in my own self-worth and who I am, that when it comes time to stand on that stage or be vulnerable, or when it comes time to make that decision, regardless of what everyone else thinks or feels or sees, I knew that I gave exactly what I was supposed to give. I knew I gave all of my true vulnerable self. Not this person's perception, not that person's perception, not adjusting this or adjusting that to make it more lovable. I don't need to be lovable. I don't need to be beautiful. I don't need to be liked. I don't need to be worshiped. I don't need to be appreciated. I just need to know what I'm trying to say. So when I tell you, you understand that it comes from source, that it comes from me, that it comes from my soul, that it comes from my own light, my own voice, my own soul. I'm giving you all of me, and you can choose to judge, you can choose to like it or don't like it, but if it comes from so deep inside of me that it is returning from God, that it is from source itself, you will remember me. You will remember what I said. You will remember the depth of my vulnerability. You will remember how I made that big decision, showed you how you can make better decisions in your life, because I made it all based off of me. When people engage in giving you their opinion on your big decisions, it's because to get where they are, they made certain decisions. So they're going to tell you to make your decisions based off of the decisions they made to get where they're going. That's going to give you more anxiety, because although you love that person, you respect them, and you want to connect with them, and you want to get as successful as they are, you're yourself, so you can't get it the same way. And so when I listen to you and I try to get it your way instead of my own way, or make that decision for myself, although your way might be good too, my way is good as well, and I deny my way being good to try to follow your way. And that's not the way that my higher self is going to need to move to make it to the next level in life. As much as you made your decision to get where you are, I can't make a decision that you made to get where you are. I have to make a decision to get where I need to go, because I have my purpose, I have my calling, and if I do it how you did yours, I'm going to miss my climb to the top. I'm going to miss my lessons to get to my next level. I'm going to miss myself. I'm going to deny myself, and then I'll be stuck anxious, because I'm so worried about how I'm going to be perceived that I denied myself. I gave so much love of myself that I did not listen to my own voice. I could not deny everything around me to hear myself. So the nature of love itself is self-abandonment. You have to learn when to give that self-abandonment and when to still give love, but from a distance, so that you don't have to abandon yourself in the process to a level that you're not fed. If you love somebody and someone can't love you because they only see their own vision, they are going to not reciprocate to you, because they are worshiping themselves. And so we have to worship ourselves to a level that's healthy and acceptable, because everybody experiences life through self. We have to learn to love and be so grounded in ourselves and our own boundaries and our own decisions that we can give love outside of ourselves without adding what we think a person should do into it. So this video went a whole lot of directions, and I hope you guys followed, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, because it took me 4 days of not eating to get to this break in my mental paradigm to even share this message with you. But self-abandonment, anxiety, fear, depression is that place where I'm giving so much of myself that I let go of my own need to love me. I let go of my own need to hear my own voice, to know what I want, to know what I need. I can't keep giving of myself if I don't know what I want and I need. And so we get to these places where we're out and we're giving advice and we're loving everybody, and damn, we're getting sick. Damn, we're getting anxious. Damn, we're kind of depressed. Damn, we're low. But we just know we still want to love somebody and we're still helping them because we want to. But how are we going to help somebody if our own self is saying, I need help right now and I'm not giving? I'm not giving to myself, right? And so the nature of love is self-abandonment. I see so much in you. I see so much beauty in you. I see so much love in you that I'm going to give of myself to you in hopes that you see so much love and beauty in yourself that you reciprocate. But if you're given into a broken person that can't reciprocate, oh, you're emptying your well all the time. But you're emptying your well into a vase that cannot hold your message. And if a vase cannot hold your message, they're not going to give you that reassurance and some of that water back to let you know that your message helped them. They're going to deny you. And when they deny you, like Peter denied in the Bible, when they continue to deny you, it's going to hurt you in a way because you know you're helping, you know you're giving of yourself, and they're not reciprocating. But it's because that's not who you're here to help, and you think you are, and they're taking all of you, but they're not giving in return. Everybody loves energy. Everybody needs energy. We are energetic beings, and so there are energy vampires that are going to take your energy and keep it. They're going to take it and keep it because they don't know how to stop giving too much of themselves either. And so now you're a broken vase, pouring into a broken vase that's pouring into a broken vase. Now you're a fountain that never gets to the bottom. And that's how you guys are all connecting. So for me to love myself properly, I need to give myself enough love to see a whole vase that is next to me, give to that whole vase, and that whole vase give back to me. And in that way, we find a place where we reach source, which is the place where that water replenishes itself and recycles and grows, and we're giving and taking, and it's an even exchange of reciprocity. So I made this video to say, stop abandoning yourself to that level. Like, the nature of love is self-abandonment, so there's nothing wrong with it. It is love, but you have to know when to give of yourself and when to not give of yourself. Don't just give of yourself for the sake of helping. That's not enough. You have to give of yourself for the sake of experiencing God's love and giving God's love, giving the universe's love, giving your ancestors' love, for the sake of healing and growing with people that are on the same page of healing and growth. Not everybody wants to heal and grow. Some people are living out their karma, and they're going to keep living their cycles and keep living their cycles, and you're just going to pour into their cycle, and it's going to take everything out of your karmic cycle of getting to your next level or healing to your next level. So I'm going to stop there. I hope you guys can follow me. I hope you understand the depth of what I'm saying, because wow, this is such a powerful thing that was given to me for myself, because this is for me. And just like it's for me, I know it's for source. I know it's for you as well. And so if you're watching this video, I hope the sun is shining. If it's raining, I hope you understand that the rain comes to nourish the flowers, well, to nourish the soil so the flowers can grow when the sun returns. I love you, I like you, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.